This peanut butter cream cheese frosting recipe is the best because it's easy and delicious. Since I'm making the frosting without butter, the peanut butter flavor is going to come through a lot stronger, and it's also going to be lighter and a lot lower in calories. Here in this bowl, I have one 8-ounce block of softened cream cheese along with 1 cup or 240 grams of creamy peanut butter. I am using a no stir natural peanut butter. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it just has a very minimal amount of oil separation on the top. This is different from other types of natural peanut butter because no stir natural peanut butter, if you look at the ingredients list, it will say palm oil. What's interesting about palm oil is that even though it comes from plants, it comes from a palm tree, it's mostly saturated fat. And peanut oil is mostly unsaturated fat. And unsaturated fat is liquid at room temperature like olive oil, but a saturated fat like lard or butter is solid at room temperature. Because some of that peanut oil, that unsaturated fat, is removed and it is replaced with that saturated fat, that is why no stir natural peanut butter has the consistency that it does. I have used regular natural peanut butter in other recipes like Rice Krispie treats, but in my opinion, it doesn't work out too well, so I would use either traditional peanut butter or no stir natural peanut butter. Off to the side here, I have 1 pound or 454 grams of powdered sugar. And here, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt and 1/2 a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm just going to add the vanilla and salt, and then I'm going to beat the peanut butter and the cream cheese together. As you can see, the peanut butter and cream cheese are now combined, so I'm going to start adding the powdered sugar. As always, I'm going to add it a little bit at a time, about 1/4 of a cup at a time, and I'm just going to first mix it in a little bit and then beat. I just got done adding all of the powdered sugar, and even though it is combined, it does look a bit grainy. Although it does taste delicious, I tasted it, it's amazing. I do want to see if I can smooth it out a bit. Most recipes online call for adding heavy whipping cream. I don't have any. I'm not sure how water would work out. I know that worked out with the chocolate cream cheese frosting, but I did a little bit of an experiment. I don't think water is going to work with this, so I am going to add a substitute for heavy cream. I'm using something called table cream or middle cream. You can get this in a lot of Latin grocery stores. It's similar to heavy whipping cream. I think it's a little bit lower in fat. It's what I have on hand, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to use a total of 3 tablespoons of this middle cream, but I'm going to add 1 tablespoon at a time and then use my electric mixer to thoroughly mix everything together after each tablespoon. As you can see, the peanut butter cream cheese frosting is now nice and smooth. I added 3 tablespoons of that middle cream. I think 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream would be about what you would want as well. If you're unsure, just do what I did, add a little at a time. Now I'm going to clean off the beaters and get ready to use this frosting. I tasted it and it tastes amazing. I'm now ready to use my peanut butter cream cheese frosting. I'm going to use it to frost my grape cake. It's going to be part of a peanut butter and jelly cake. I think it's going to be really amazing. So, as always, I'm going to start by putting some of the frosting in the middle. I'm actually going to use a spoon to do this. And then I'm going to spread it out and add on the top layer. Just like with any other kind of frosting, I recommend adding about 1/3 of the frosting to the top of the bottom layer to make sure that you have enough frosting not only for the top but also for the sides. Once your cake is completely frosted, chill it in the refrigerator for at least a few hours, if not overnight. As you just saw in this recipe, I added 3 tablespoons of middle cream, or you could also do heavy whipping cream. But do not add water. If you add water, it will totally destroy this recipe. Not only will the texture of the frosting be off, but the frosting will have difficulty sticking to the cake. This cake tasted good, but it did not look good. So please learn from my mistake and do not add water to your frosting. However, if you follow this recipe, you will have no problems with your frosting. I used this frosting on both a chocolate cake and a grape cake, and both of them were absolutely delicious. Whatever cake you use it on, this peanut butter cream cheese frosting without butter recipe is absolutely fantastic. First of all, this frosting had a really strong peanut butter flavor. As I pointed out earlier in the video, I made sure to buy a brand of peanut butter that listed roasted peanuts as the main ingredient. Because whatever nut you're using, roasting really brings out the flavor. Another reason why the peanut butter flavor was so strong was that this peanut butter cream cheese frosting recipe had no butter, so it only had to compete against 2 other main ingredients, not 3. I also like the fact that although this frosting was sweet, it wasn't too sweet because the tang of the cream cheese helped to balance out the flavors. In terms of taste, this frosting is absolutely perfect. If you are looking for peanut butter frosting, this is the recipe you need to use. However, I have to admit that it is a bit trickier than normal cream cheese frosting. The hardest part of making this frosting is probably making sure that it's nice and smooth. You make sure it's smooth by adding a little bit of liquid. I recommend the media crema, the half cream, the table cream, but heavy whipping cream will work as well. You have to really mix this frosting well if you want it to be smooth. A lot more mixing than with a normal cream cheese frosting recipe. That's why I recommend adding the liquid 1 tablespoon at a time so that you can dig your electric mixer beaters deep down into the frosting and make sure that everything is well combined. Like I said, it's going to take a bit longer than with a normal cream cheese frosting, so don't panic if you're spending more time than you had anticipated. I hope I didn't scare you away from making this because honestly, this peanut butter cream cheese frosting recipe without butter was absolutely phenomenal. It made my chocolate cake absolutely perfect, one of the best desserts I have ever eaten in my entire life. If you like cream cheese frosting and you like peanut butter and you're looking for something different, be sure to give this recipe a try. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.